Instant Pot mashed potatoes are the easiest and fastest way to prepare creamy mashed potatoes. Hi Mindful Moms and Dads, Kristen here. As someone who suffers from a chronic disease, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Today, I'm gonna share with you the easiest way to make mashed potatoes. And I was a little nervous to mess with my stovetop mashed potatoes because they're so perfect, but you guys, the Instant Pot wins again. It makes mashed potatoes that are so creamy effortlessly. So let's put on our kitchen capes and make creamy, dreamy mashed potatoes. Now, when it comes to the potatoes you use to make mashed potatoes, I highly recommend Yukon Gold potatoes, if you can find them. If not, russet potatoes will work perfectly well. But Yukon Gold potatoes are really buttery and rich. Their flavor, it does beat a russet potato, which I happen to love myself. You wanna peel your potatoes. I have about 3 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. You can cut this recipe in half. You can add a few more potatoes. It just depends on how many people you have. I typically plan on about 2 potatoes per person. I'm gonna cube up the peeled potatoes here, and we really wanna make sure that our cubes are even in size. I'm cutting my cubes into about 1.5 to 2-inch size, but the most important thing is to make sure that they're all even so that they cook evenly inside the Instant Pot. I'm gonna pop my cubed potatoes inside the inner pot, and then regardless of how many potatoes you have inside there, we wanna use 1 cup of cold water for a 6-quart Instant Pot or a 3-quart Instant Pot, or 1.5 cups of cold water for an 8-quart Instant Pot. And then I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of kosher salt here. That's it, we're gonna pop our lid on our Instant Pot. And we're gonna pressure cook our potatoes just in water so that we can drain off the cooking liquid, which tends to get a little bit starchy, and then we can just have the richest potato flavor left over that we can season with some milk and cream and butter and perfection. So we're gonna pressure cook our potatoes on high pressure for 10 minutes. Once the cook time has elapsed, allow pressure to release for at least 5 minutes before doing a quick release of pressure. And you wanna open up your Instant Pot, remove your inner pot, and we're gonna drain our potatoes. Don't rinse your potatoes, whatever you do. Add your potatoes back to the Instant Pot. And now for a secret. Turn your Instant Pot to saute and let your potatoes saute for just a minute. What that's gonna do is it's gonna get rid of any residual moisture that the potatoes may have, and it's going to keep that potato flavor really strong and prominent. I'm gonna turn off the saute function, and then we're gonna mash our potatoes, and we're gonna use the good old-fashioned potato masher. You know, the one that gets stuck in your drawers. It's so important that you use a potato masher or a fork instead of using a beater. To use a beater will cause your potatoes to get gummy and just kind of have like wallpaper glue texture, and ugh, no. So it's gonna take just a little bit to get those potatoes nice and mashed up. Once your potatoes are pretty well broken down, we need to add our milk and butter, and I have a secret ingredient too. But you don't wanna add your milk and butter cold to your potatoes because it'll cause them to seize up. Instead, we wanna add warmed milk or cream and butter so that the potatoes can absorb that instantly. I have a 1/2 cup of milk, and you can use 2% whole milk, you could use cream or 1/2 and 1/2 for really luscious mashed potatoes, or you could even use unsweetened, unflavored, non-dairy milk if you're dairy-free. I have 3 tablespoons of butter. You can use non-dairy butter as well. Then I'm gonna microwave that for 30 seconds to 1 minute, just until the milk is warmed and the butter is almost completely melted. Add that mixture into our potatoes and then mash away again until everything is nice and creamy. Okay, that looks really good. And now for my secret ingredient, sour cream. The sour cream is gonna give the potatoes so much tang and moisture, and oh, it's a family secret that we have done for generations, and it really makes the potatoes so good. So I'm gonna add in about a half a cup today, and then just give that a stir. It's okay that your sour cream is cold. And now it's time to dig in, or dish up your potatoes and serve with dinner like a normal person would do, but I can't resist a bite. So creamy, so perfect. It's like restaurant quality mashed potatoes right at home. The Yukon Gold potatoes really is key, simmering off that water after they're cooked, and the sour cream. So good. At this point, you could add a little bit of salt if you need to. I found that I didn't need to because I added quite a bit of salt when my potatoes were cooking, but again, that's another reason to give your potatoes a try before you serve them to your family. These mashed potatoes are perfect. They're perfect for a busy night of the week. They're perfect for a holiday dinner, like when you make Instant Pot turkey breast, which I'm gonna show you how to make in the next video. Until then, happy cooking.